Hello, I'm Noel Capon and welcome to Chapter 15 of your marketing textbook. This chapter is the second of three chapters that deal with communications. We talked about integrated communications in Chapter 14, and we discuss interpersonal communications focusing on the sales force in Chapter 16. In this chapter, most of our focus is on advertising, but we also discuss other forms of mass communication. We start the chapter by discussing the advertising process and explain why so much of the advertising we see is free, that you actually don't have to pay for it. Then we move to discuss several elements of an advertising strategy: target audience, advertising objectives, messaging, execution, media selection and timing, advertising budget, and program evaluation. We discuss how advertising works in the context of both high involvement and low involvement products, and spend several pages of the chapter on advertising execution. In particular, we discuss several approaches both to rational advertising messages and also to emotional advertising messages. Now, in Chapter 14, we talked about the increasing numbers of communications types that were available to advertisers. When the types of advertising increase dramatically, as they have in recent years, this changes the media selection job from something which perhaps was viewed as rather pedestrian to an absolutely critical part of the advertising process. How much to spend on advertising is clearly a critical issue, and we spend a good deal of time on working out how to figure out the advertising budget. We conclude by discussing the process by which advertising is created and spend some time on the creative brief, the critical communication tool between the advertiser and the advertising agency. In addition to advertising, other forms of mass communication may be very critical for the firm, and it should certainly consider these as it puts together its whole mass communication strategy. Included in these, and we talk about each of them to some extent, are publicity and public relations, sales promotion, direct marketing, and the internet as a communications tool. We cover a lot of ground in this chapter. Now, Lord Leverhulme, the founder of Unilever, said that I know that half my advertising is wasted. The problem is I don't know which half. We hope that by the time that you finish this chapter, you'll have a better idea of how to make sure you know which half of your advertising is successful and therefore able to do a better job for your organization. Good luck.